Let's now review the techniques and practices for formatting the all-important text content of your HTML pages. Text is unarguably the most important element of any web page, yet it's often given short shrift. In most cases, your text is the dominant content on your site, and your content is the key to a successful website. Look at any of your most visited sites and you'll probably see that these pages are dominated by text. Often, my students will pour energy into time-consuming animations, beautiful mastheads, logos, or backgrounds, which makes parts of their web pages look great, mostly, but the actual content, if you look at it, you'll often find a formatting wasteland. Yet visitors rarely come to a website to admire your graphics. It's more often the information that they're seeking. Without words, your images have too much work to do. However, type on a computer screen is visually unappealing, creates eye fatigue, and is hard to read in large doses. The good news is that with CSS, you have a variety of techniques at your disposal to improve the legibility of your type, making it more likely that it will actually be read. Taking control of your text formatting requires more than just specifying fonts and font sizes. CSS provides the designer with a multitude of tools to bring boring text to life, bridging the gap between print and web design, and allowing for more design flexibility and creativity, while still retaining the all-important text readability of your content. This is the design manual that I've placed on my website at www.geekmanuals.com/designindex.htm, and you can see that I've employed a variety of CSS to improve the readability, legibility, and attractiveness of all this content, including page titles, section headers, images, image captions, bullet lists, icons and thumbnails, pull quotes, and a variety of tricks that I'll be covering in this section of the tutorial. Here we'll look at how traditional methods of typesetting, which I've employed here on this site, can be utilized using very simple CSS rules. There are two types of text that you can add to your web pages: HTML-based text or graphics-based text. HTML text is what you'll type into your text editor or your Notepad program to add content to your pages. Graphics-based text is created by an image editor like Photoshop or Fireworks. HTML-based text has both advantages and disadvantages over image-based text. Less memory and download time is needed when using HTML-based text. HTML text is easier to edit and update. It's also searchable. However, much more typographic control is available with image-based text. HTML-based typefaces must be available on the client machine to display correctly, so you're limited with the number of typefaces and fonts you can use if you limit yourself to HTML-based text. Go ahead and use HTML-based text under the following situations: when text searching capabilities are required, if the text will be printed, when all of the planned fonts are available on the client computer, or if your website requires lengthy text passages, or also if you need to edit the text frequently. Because graphic text images are actually bitmaps and not actual fonts, they will display on a reader's system like any graphic. This allows a level of control not possible with HTML-based text. Another advantage of graphics-based text is the ability to apply special effects such as transparency, bleeds, or drop shadows to really add some visual flair to your content. With image-based text, the designer has a wide range of design possibilities. However, this control and flexibility comes at a price. Graphic images are much larger than actual text. In addition, text searching techniques do not work on graphic images, so you'll want to limit your image-based text to the following situations: when you wish to use a font without the worry of whether your audience has the font resident on their system, whenever text needs to be inverted, flipped, animated, or otherwise manipulated graphically. Use graphic-based text in small amounts for text that will not be changed, and in small amounts when file size is not a consideration. If file size is the utmost consideration, then you probably want to restrict your usage to HTML-based text. In this section of the tutorial, we'll be focusing on the styling of HTML-based text. This is the text that you'll be typing into Notepad or adding to your HTML editor, not the kind of text you'll be creating in Photoshop or Fireworks. So let's begin in the next movie with a review of the basics of CSS font syntax.